Alright, so what we're going to be doing now is we're going to take this 18-gram lead, the Kastking Shishamo Select Tackles, the favorite, or the Select Tackles. I didn't realize this until I just caught it out of the corner of my eye. Select Tackles. Tackle is plural. I thought it was singular. Okay. And then we can take the spool from the Kastking and the side plate of the Shishamo and see what we can do. And since we were keeping that level line centered yesterday, we're going to do the same thing on this one. Didn't want to break that lead off, that's the only one I got. Got a little squirrely midpoint, had to apply a little tiny bit of thumbing on the fluff. A little tiny overrun. This reel is significantly faster than the Concept Z. I was able to set the brake to 1 with the same weight yesterday, and it never even got squirrely. So we're going to go ahead and reel up the slack as much as possible. Looks like it grabbed pretty tight there. And then we're going to walk it out. I really hope this didn't go further than 250 feet. Now, if you heard me talking earlier, this was very, very close to the center line too, just to give you guys an idea. If you heard me talking earlier about how bearings over time get gunked up, how a bushing reel could prove to be very beneficial. Coming up on 150 feet, which is good. And I'm very curious that with a reel that's lubed out of the box from the factory, without anything being different, if it really outcasts it. And if you look here, 230 feet with the reel set to maximum braking. Wow, okay. And she got a little squirrely. So what do we do with that? We're sitting a solid 20 feet, which is decent distance over this with just a standard lead. So we were a little timid on that cast because we didn't know what to expect. And it got a little squirrely, so maybe that lead wasn't really carrying well. I don't feel as though I hammered that cast much at all. And since I was a little bit timid, I didn't really power through. And again, not trying to break distances, just trying to be consistent with what I was doing yesterday. And we're going to crank this one up and give it another rip. So right now, as it stands, the Concept Z throws further. Again, that was the first cast with these ball bearings, and these ball bearings aren't even warmed up yet. A little squirreliness. Let's walk that one out. I'm curious. I'm very curious. This was another cast that went right on line. Part of the reason I like using this rod is I'm very comfortable with it, so when I'm doing these evaluations on the field, it is very easy to get consistently straight casts. So when you're doing this method of walking out on a measured tape, you're not really worried too much about whatchamacall, having to worry about errant casts. So, kind of wrap the leg a little bit around it. The weight was about 2 feet out this way. So when it wrapped around the leg of the tripod, that was that clanging. And we're at a 242. If you want to penalize me a couple feet, well, if you want to give me a 5-foot penalty, just because, be my guest. But so far the Concept Z's right up there. And again, I did have a couple short casts with the Concept Z, like 220 or something like that. But hey, it's close, and you don't have to worry about corrosion. Now, whether or not you have to worry about contaminants getting in between the tolerances of those bushings, or contaminants getting embedded into those bushings, or the spool shaft pitting or rusting and scouring those inner race of those bushings, I don't know. But it's cool that they can do what they can do. Oh, we literally almost stepped on a $550 rod. All right, let's do it again. But listen to the reel. It's not nearly as rickety as that Kastking is. I mean, the Concept Z is. And it's 1/5 the price. I'm not saying this is a good reel for the money. I'm not saying that the Concept Z's not good for the money. I'm saying that every single bait caster made, other than the Concept Z, seems to be pretty refined. So squirrely, guys. Well, me leaning back didn't even pull any line off the spool. Alright. Again, that one was another accurate cast straight downfield. We're hoping that this one went within 5 or 6 feet. I'm actually on target today. I'm not always this accurate, but I can hit a flag at 100 yards. Is that a hole in one? Oh, it's on the flag. What do I get? What do I get for that? Okay, see, this is my line. There's a little bit of breeze going to the right, but it's close. There's just the slightest bit of tension on the line, but we're going to see where she ends up. Oh, this one's a little further offline. Ooh, ooh, oh baby, this was a good cast. Right there. And I pulled about 3 feet of slack out on that. So where do we end up? $250. That one felt good. So, oof. Oof. So, I think I'm gonna end it there. I'm satisfied with that. I'm willing to bet I can get, if I really focus just on that reel and tuned it in, I can probably hit 100 yards without any problems. So, with that being said, let's move on to jigs. So, wait. before we move on to the jig, just take a look at this reel. And I'll link below to where I did the teardown in comparison between these three reels, and exposed the favorite fishing select tackles white bird as being an $80 reel with fewer features than the other two at double the price. That link's down below, and up in the top right corner you'll see an eye pop up to check that one out. I got some hate mail over that one. So 250 feet, which is dead even with the Concept Z. You know what? We gotta go for it. Hopefully I don't snap the rod. I'm gonna kind of lean into this one. I'm gonna keep the braking the same, a tiny bit more spool tension to the point where there's just barely no sound. And we're gonna let this one bomb. We don't want to get caught cheating standing ahead of the line. I was debating what was going to happen if I saw it fluff as to whether or not I was going to impact it with my thumb or hope it cleared. That was close. That was close. Now it looks like the United States record with 18 gram, which is a plastic plug. I was talking to a guy that I respect in the distance casting realm. So even though it's 18 grams going close to 250 to 300 feet, it's nowhere near what the world record cast would be, because that, my friends, uses a piece of plastic. This is a piece of lead. Ooh, piece of candy. Okay, we're gonna do that again. Released that one too early, went too high, lost too much terminal velocity. I just like the handle knob shape on these better than the Concept Z. They're level, it's not angled, so my knuckle doesn't want to feel like it's going to hit the inside. Oh, that's it. As Real Test would say, I overpowered the magnetic brakes. This is too strong, guys. I'm overpowering them. That's not how it works. You're not overpowering magnetic brakes. Just look up Lenz's law. Oy vey. And by the way, guys, there was a little discussion on the Real Tests channel that I had mentioned, and I didn't really think I came off rude, but when you type certain things, people take it different ways. But I basically said to him, if you're casting a little bass reel on some Rapalas, how are you overcasting or overpowering the magnetic brake when myself and other people can cast between 600 and 750 feet with mags and not overpower them? And I even linked him to the WikiLeaks article about Lenz's law, or the lens theory, or prop, whatever it is. Is it a law? I don't know. Nothing's really a law. But I can't find this tag. But he deleted that entire, I think, 33 response back and forth between me and some other gentlemen who had some questions. And I've noticed by going through an incognito tab on my Google Chrome browser that anytime I post something, it doesn't appear. So he's blocked me. And I was in a couple discussions on his channel before he started blocking me, where he blocked and deleted posts from other members that had negative things to say about him. So me, I've deleted 3 people or comments. One guy's an SOLO who's a Stripers Online member. That's a problem. And I didn't want to bring him to bring his crap here, so I blocked him. He actually had something nice to say about me, and I blocked him immediately. I also deleted some guy that was trolling, and then he deleted his comments to make it look like I was crazy, so I deleted that guy. And I think there's this one other guy talking about something sexual. So, 3. Whereas on the Real Test, I've seen and been involved with over 50 posts that he's deleted, so shame on you. If you act as an authority, you have to open yourself up and expose yourself to criticism. Anytime there's criticism, it's an opportunity. Speaking of opportunity, I'd love an opportunity to get this reel back to casting again. Beep.